Okay, now you've seen the performance, we're going to break the solo down. Here's the first section. Okay, we're going to start by barring the 12th fret on the G and the B string, and we're going to slowly bend it upwards. Followed by a whole step bend on the 13th fret on the B string. So we've got okay, now we're going to have 10 on the B, then 13 on the G, back to 10 on the B. Then we're going to pull off from 13, 12, 10 on the G, then hammer back on 12 and 13. So we've got... Then we're going to skip over the B string and play the 10th fret on the high E. 13, pull off to 10 on the B. 13, 12, 10, pull off on the G. Hammer on again. Skip over the B string. Play 10 on the high E. 13, pull off to 10 on the B. 13, 12, 10, pull off on the G, hammer back on, then 10 on the high E, and then a half bend on 12th fret on the high E. So we've got then we've got 10 to 12 on the high E, 13 on the B, then 10 to 14 on the high E, then we've got 13 on the B, 10 on the high E, and then 13 on the B to finish. So that's... So the whole lick slow should sound like this. Okay, now for the next part of the solo. Okay, to start off this lick, we're going to have a hammer on from the 10th fret on the high E to the 14th fret. Then we're going to pull off from 14 to 10 on the high E. Then we've got 13 on the B to 10 on the high E. So we've got... Then we've got 14, 10, 14, 10 on the high E, 13 on the B. Then we've got 10 on the high E, 13 pull off to 10 on the B. So we've got... Then we've got 13 pull off to 10 on the B, 13 on the G, so then back to 10 on the B. Then we've got 13 to 10, 13 to 10 on the B, 13 on the G, 10 on the B, and then 13 pull off to 10 on the G. So at a slow tempo it should sound like this. And up to speed. Okay, so after that, we're finishing up on the 10th fret on the G string. We're going to then hammer onto the 11th fret. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pull off from 11 to 10 on the G, then pull off from 12 to 10 on the D. And we're sort of just going to repeat that lick 4 times over, where we're just going to use heavy vibrato on the 11th fret on the G, then pull off the other 3 notes. Then at the end of that, we're going to bend up the 11th fret on the G a whole step and a half. So we've got the pitch of 14 basically. Then what we're going to do is we're going to sort of palm mute the G and the B string while raking the pick across, so we're not actually playing any notes, but it's going to sound like this when you go into the high E string note, which is 13th fret. So we're going to rake pick into 13 on high E, play 15, 16, and then bend up 17 on the high E string a whole step and a half. Okay, so that whole lick slow should sound like this. Okay, now for the next part of the solo. Okay, to start off this next part of the solo, we're going to bar across the G and the B string on the 3rd fret with the 1st finger. And you're going to put a slight curl in there and then kill it like with the right hand. Then you're going to move to 5, 3, 5 on the D. So you've got. Then you're going to start on the 5th fret on the high E string, hammer onto 6, pull off to 5, pull off to 3. Then you've got 6 on the B. Then you're going to start from the 5th fret on the B. So you've got. Then you're going to basically hammer onto 6 on the B, pull off to 5, pull off to 3 on the B. Then you're going to pull off from 6 to 3 on the G string. So you've got. Then you're going to have. So that's just bending the 5th fret on the G up twice. And then finishing on the 3rd fret on the G. Okay, so far at a slow tempo, this is what we've got. Okay, following on from that, we're going to tap the 5th fret on the D string with the right hand, and then we're going to slide our finger up the guitar. Then when we get to the top, we're actually going to then fret the 5th fret on the D string, and then we're going to move up in the same fashion. So we're going to have. Then we're going to cross over and tap the note again. And then on the second time of using the finger to slide up the guitar, we're going to finish on the 17th fret on the D. So we're going to have this. Okay, so when you put that with the lick before, it should sound like this at a slow tempo. Okay, now for the last part of the solo. Okay, this last part's fairly simple, and we're just going to start on the 12th fret on the D string, then play 12 on the G. Then we're going to slide from 12 down to 11 on the D, play 12 on the G, 11 slide up to 12 on the D, play 12 on the G, 12 slide down to 11 on the D, play 12 on the G, 11 slide up to 12 on the D. Then we got 12 G, 12 D, 12 G, 12 D. And then we're going to bend up 12 on the G, a whole step and a half. So at slow tempo we should have this. Okay, then the last part is going to start from the 7th fret on the B, and we're going to have play 8 on the high E, then slide from 7 to 10 on the B. 11 on the high E, then 10 slide up to 13 on the B, 14 on the high E, 13 on the B slide up to 16 on the B, 17 on the high E, 16 slide up to 19 on the B, then you're going to play 20 on the high E, 19 on the B, 20 on the high E, 19 on the B, then you're going to bend up 21, a whole step and a half on the high E string. And then hopefully if you pick it again, you should get the B string to come in there as well. So. Okay, so that whole last section slow should sound like this. Okay, now we're going to take a look at the slow tempo version of this solo.